Fantastic Yoni. Yoni the amazing and wonderful. So we were saying that the game is a GM-less game.
Yoni the Gray.
Not popping up.
We're going to go through improvisational scenes, but the initial setup is driven by these cards that feature in the new version. There's a deck of cards, for each playset.
There you go.
That gives you our setup, and then there's a deck of cards here that replace the dice from previous components of the game.
Okay, I don't think that they heard the thing. So should I read the setting again? Yeah. I think that it ended before that. Are y'all back? Is everybody back out there? Yay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I think what you missed when we didn't realize that we were frozen, sorry about that, is my reading of the description of what we're doing today. There are 3 different settings that come with the base game. The one we're playing today is Tales from Suburbia. There is also Dragon Slayers and Poppleton Mall. But I'm going to read you what the play setting that we're playing today is. It's a nice town full of nice people. Not much happens here, and that's how we like it. Or rather, lots of things happen here, things requiring antibiotics and things dusted with cocaine, and occasionally, just occasionally, things splattered with blood. But we keep all that quiet, and we keep the sidewalks clean, and not much happens here, and that's how we like it. That's what we're playing today.
Great. So, let's find out who we are and what our relationships are.
Yes, we have to figure out a relationship.
So everyone has a handful of cards that are going to look like this. They'll give us basic relationships or specific things like needs, locations, or objects, which will be important between us. So we're going to start. The first player to go is the player who has most recently damaged a valuable object.
That's probably me.
I think probably the last thing is I dropped my cell phone 2 or 3 months ago. And that was, got a broken screen now. Can anyone beat that?
I don't think so.
I don't
think
actually know what the last time I broke something was.
My phone is pretty broken, but I haven't dropped it in a while.
Not recently?
Okay,
Okay,
you
I
go
think
ahead.
I win.
Okay.
That's not a good thing.
Whatever. So, now I get to look at my relationship cards and choose one of them and place them between any 2 players at the table. So I think that I'm going to place a relationship of crime, drug manufacturer and dealer, between David and Kathleen.
Oh no. Great. Okay. Then whose turn is it going to go this way?
Let's go clockwise.
Okay. So, Setorie.
Is that comfortable with y'all? So,
Oh, yeah.
So one of the things that I want to bring up that Kathleen actually just touched are these Let's Not cards. So because this is a game with sometimes intense content, it's most important that everybody's having fun and we're staying well within where our scenes are thriving for us. So as we start to stray towards territory that makes anyone uncomfortable, you can just gesture or touch this Let's Not card and we'll all know to kind of rewind and back it up. So, for example, if you'd rather not do a relationship like
Not
that,
have my child sell me drugs?
you
Okay.
can Let's Not it.
All right. It's fine.
I would like to be a drug dealer.
We're going to find out the details after we get 4 relationships on
what
the
are we
board.
going to do?
I could put family here.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. David, what relationship are you going to play? Either between...
Do I have to do a relationship?
Yes.
You do, yeah. We're going to start with relationships and then figure out
So
their
it's
details.
either between Setorie and
Hey,
Camilla
Setorie.
or you and Setorie.
We are the mutual keepers of an ominous secret.
Ooh, relationship
Okay.
from the past.
All right.
What's
and
the deal between me and
then,
Setorie?
I think that you're some kind of professional and a client.
Ooh, like a pastor, doctor, lawyer, or banker.
Yep.
Okay, so now we're going to take a minute or two to answer kind of some of the implied questions. So, we're siblings, there's a drug relationship, you 2 have long ago passed, and we're working together. Does anyone have ideas?
Sounds like all of us are somewhere in the drug business.
Very
I don't know,
possibly.
maybe.
Maybe there's an extended crime family. Are we in a crime family, Kathleen?
I don't know if you want to be in a crime family.
I
I
wanna be in
think
a
that
crime
we
family.
should be, obviously, I think we should be brothers or sisters,
Mhm.
and one of us, potentially me, should have a drug problem, obviously.
Yeah.
And maybe you're trying to get me out of it.
Okay.
Um,
Ooh, that might work well with me being like a pastor or a doctor
yeah.
or lawyer. These could all be bad. Anyway, okay. What are you thinking?
Between us,
Or between you and David?
Yeah.
I was gonna try to like move it in.
Excuse me?
So maybe we're both, we go to the same church, and we it's not a traditional church. It's
It's a drug church.
it's a church that has
Maybe
different
it's culty.
beliefs, like a culty
Okay.
church. And our secret is that we have one of the relics from our cult church, but no one else knows about it.
Oh.
We have the ability to summon.
Oh.
We
Okay.
have the ability to
Well-
summon Cthulhu.
Right.
Okay. Okay. And
What do you
about
think about that, dude?
I mean, I want to summon the Cthulhu. Obviously.
So,
I think Cthulhu and drugs would go great together.
I think this could be very interesting if
Okay.
I
Cthulhu
think
shows
I
up.
want to get Cthulhu hooked on drugs.
or perhaps you're just going to like try and do what is the thing where you summon the demons out of me because I
we're
have a
doing an
drug-
exorcism.
Yeah,
an
something like
exorcism
that. Okay.
potentially. Okay.
Oh,
But
God.
I think just if something like a cosmic horror shows up, we should probably leave that until Act 2.
Okay.
I think maybe.
I don't know. I think Act 2 with a cosmic horror and it would be amazing.
We'll see what our hearts tell us.
Okay.
What's happening in the chat? I don't know.
I don't know. Oh,
okay,
but-
anything's
okay.
happening
Let's
in
see.
the chat.
No, there's
Little
stuff. I'm
Bob
sure there's
just
stuff.
said, "Yay, it's back!"
Yeah,
All
that
right.
was happened a while ago. No one loves us.
So you two are in the kind of like the new agey shiny church, and you're suggesting that I'm like one of the parishioners of it or something. Was that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you said you wanted to be sort of like a pastor that's helping your sibling get out of drugs or something.
So so I think that this is suggesting that one of us
you-
has like an authority relationship to the other. So which of
you-
us is that?
You are the acolyte and she's the pastor?
Yes.
Oh, so okay.
That's
So
why.
I don't have the ominous secret. Oh,
Yeah,
so
that-
maybe I'm like, where's my missing relic?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Or maybe you never even knew about the relic.
So we're gonna get some more details in just a second. So maybe we don't need to get into too much.
Okay.
So your relationship,
I buy my drugs from him.
you buy your drugs from him.
Yes.
Right.
I'm a cooker.
And we are sisters?
Sure. Okay.
Brothers, young,
we'll be
old?
sisters.
We'll be sisters. Okay.
I'm
so
younger than you because obviously you're a pastor in the
Yes.
in the culture.
I'm very dignified.
And I'm like, God, I can't believe you're into this cult thing.
Yeah.
I just want to smoke some more weed.
Okay, let's get our next round of details.
Okay.
So now we're going to use those needs, objects, and location cards.
Okay.
So once again, my destructive tendencies privilege me to go first. But I need some time to think. So let's look at our cards.
If y'all have any ideas how I should play the disenfranchised drug addict of the younger sister of the cult preacher, please let me know because I'm all about getting audience participation and help.
You're the dealer, right? And I'm the
No.
manufacturer.
I'm going to...
I'm taking your drugs.
Okay, so then I manufacture them,
Yes, you.
and then you're the dealer.
No.
I'm the dealer. I could be dealing
You could
as
deal them
well
and
as I
smoking
take them. Yeah.
So
Sure.
I think there's going to be a lot of questions, obviously, that
Yeah.
we're not going to answer right now.
That's okay.
But something that I want to stress is in games like this, a really fun way to play them is to leave those blank, and then we'll make up the answers and find them out while we play.
Okay.
It'll give us a little more flexibility. So I'm going to start by playing an object, which is a weapon, a Klingon bat'leth. If you are unfamiliar, this is the two-handed bladed weapon from Star Trek.
Oh.
And I'm going to place that on
But
the
that's the
ominous
relic.
secret from the past. I have ideas. We'll share them later. Let's get our cards out.
Okay.
So, Tori, do you want to go next? So we, I think the game encourages us to play a variety of objects, locations, etc. I'm going to double check the book here.
So am I can play anything, or I need to play a need or an object?
Play whatever you want.
I would like to play that there.
What are you playing?
A
Van
location.
without tires, surrounded by rotting newspapers.
And what's the caps words there?
Red Bud Court.
Is that where it is?
That's what, yeah, that is the location, is Redbud Court.
Okay.
That is where y'all meet to hand
To
off.
deal the drugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
drugs.
I have a really good one. I want to play one on ours, so you play one on you and Setorie.
Oh,
Okay.
Or over
one-
there. Oh no, you have to play
Oh,
one on
wait.
Setorie and Camilla.
There are two. Okay,
Yeah, I've got
I
a
got
really
it.
good one.
You want to get laid by your best friend.
What somebody does. So that's a need somewhere in here.
So one of us needs to get laid by our best friend.
Yeah.
One of you
Or
wants
like,
to.
or there's a need involved, or maybe one of us is somebody else's best friend.
And
Well,
we'll figure that out.
yeah. Let's do the
Okay.
last card first.
All right, and
You guys
my
wanna get
card
laid.
is going to be a need to get away from your stupid family.
So the first thing that I would like to share is that the church in which I'm a pastor is the official Klingon church. and we have a branch
dear God.
here in shall we call it Poppleton, just to take that name?
Poppleton? Okay.
Poppleton.
Poppleton is
Poppleton
outside
chapter.
of DC.
Yeah, Poppleton is outside of DC. It's a Virginia
Is
suburb.
Suburbia DC?
Witty Pan says, I love it when you hear something you can't unhear your mom say.
You know, she just wants to smoke her weed.
We
and I'm
have
fine
not
with that.
even started.
It would make her a lot more fun.
Okay, so let's figure out our details and start playing because I want to see where this goes. So I've got my church.
Okay, Rare Egg, I got you. I'm on it.
Oh God.
Okay.
I do-
Oh God.
I hope
What,
that
There-
wasn't
what did they say?
Yeah, no. Y'all can't see. I'm going to be in charge of the chat so y'all can tell me what to do in the game.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
I can also see the chat.
Oh, yeah. Okay, go ahead. So what do we do next?
So we just need to make sure that we know kind of a little bit of the details about these. So we know that we're siblings.
Yeah, we're sisters.
In my head, like one of our parents is dying and it's a handful
Okay.
or something like that.
Okay.
Like we have to deal with someone in like hospice care and like we're fighting over that and I'm like spending all my time on the church.
Okay.
So who needs to get away from our stupid family?
I
mean-
definitely need to get away from our stupid family. That's why I do the drugs, man, to forget.
Mm-hmm. Because I always invite the family over to my big church house.
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving.
and-
Okay.
Because yeah, but I might be dealing drugs to your cultists.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So I am can you ask chat, tell me what the Klingon word for pastor is. So we're in a church.
We're in a church.
We're in a church together.
Uh,
Operate out of my garage.
What?
Well, no, I'm rich. Rich people. Yes.
Yeah.
Rich pastor.
Obviously, all the Klingons are paying you.
Mm-hmm.
I am an acolyte of your Klingon church.
Are they Klingonites?
No, they're
I don't think they have swords.
We have a
we're
sword. We have a sword.
That's
Kalis.
true. But
They're
they don't know about
worshippers
that.
of Kalis. Followers of Kalis.
For followers of Kalis.
Yes.
Who needs to get laid?
So maybe I'm like looking to get some action from my best friend, and whenever you come in for a confession, I'm like, okay, but I need to talk about but he's oh my god, and like I won't talk about the religion that you really want to talk about, or something like that.
Yeah, and that would play into why I'm hiding like this really rare relic from the Klingon
Because
church.
all she wants to talk about is how to get laid by her
yeah,
best
because every
friend.
time I come into church, you're preaching, but when we have like a one-on-one spiritual talk, you're like, "Bleh."
And
That's
you're
fine
the
over
true
there.
believer.
But look at how hot.
Oh no, hold on. To get laid by your best friend.
So he wants to get laid by me.
I'm suggesting that I do.
Oh,
that I'm
pastor.
talking to David's character. Okay, so or talking.
I'm fine with that.
Great.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm
Great,
fine
great,
with
great.
getting laid.
So then this
Things that you can never unhear your child saying. Okay.
number 2, we should get a tally for that. Things David can't unhear. Number 2. No, things Kathleen can't unhear.
Yeah, that's
number
number
1.
one. Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
I'm going to start a list going.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, we've got your. Tell us about what's the bat left. What's the secret
I
there?
mean, it sounds like he stole some secret relic,
Yeah.
and I'm just.
Well, maybe
doing
you've
drugs.
rescued it from the pastor who
It was
has
an
a problem.
original set prop.
Who wants to get laid?
I liberated the relic from its confinement,
Uh-huh.
Oh.
but the pastor is none the wiser.
Hmm.
I'm. not exactly
Maybe
sure what I have
you-
to do with this
because-
past secret.
Because
I guess I'm hiding the relic.
Y'all are best friends.
Oh yeah, we're best
yeah,
friends.
yeah, we're best friends.
Hey,
and
bestie.
She will never suspect you because she wants to bang you.
That-
Okay. So, I think we are ready to
Okay.
start playing the game.
Oh God.
Oh, so we also need
Okay.
We've
names for
never
our
been
characters.
between our crack
Oh, we
drugs.
need
I'm a
names.
drug manufacturer. I cook up the drugs.
Show, don't tell, David.
Or
So,
or
look at your
best.
cards. On the back of them are names. So combine 2 of them to get a name for your character. For example, my character is Jeanette, and then I guess we should share a last name. I
Okay.
think am I
am
married?
I am Issa Chung.
You're not married.
Why not?
I don't know. You could be.
I
Could
mean,
be.
you want to
I'd
bang your
marry
best
Alice
friend.
Mervyn. You
No, I
wanna
wanna
be-
bang-
You want to be
It's
Jeanette?
my best friend.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to be Jeanette.
You want to be
Jeanette
Jeanette
Mervyn.
Mervyn?
Jeanette Mervyn. Oh my God, that's the perfect name for a pastor.
Uh-huh,
I'm
Jeanette
gonna- did
Mervyn.
the
And
chat
I'm
give
Mary
us-
Alice.
A Klingon word.
I don't know. Mary
Nope.
Alice doesn't sound. Mary Alice could be a very suburban drug addict, I think. I'm
Just-
all right with that.
Just close your eyes and just mash your keyboard a little bit. No offense to Klingon, it's actually an interesting language. I have gone through the Duolingo course a little bit.
There's a Duolingo.
Oh, dear. Okay.
I'm
Are
gonna
we
be,
still on, or have we frozen again? Are y'all out there?
Looks like-
Please be
looks
out
like we're-
Yeah,
there.
we're still on.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm Jeanette Mervyn.
I'm gonna be Lena McLean.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a woman then?
I guess so.
Okay.
Great.
All right. All right. Cool.
No one suspects the female drug dealer.
I'm Issa Chung.
You're Issa Chun.
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Cool.
This is
And then we're not going to be using the leftover cards.
Okay. No
So
more
we can pull
cards.
those off the table.
Okay.
And I forgot about the names, so we actually don't need index and copies.
there seems like a lot of females at this table.
Yeah.
A lot of female drugs and
Yep.
cultists going along.
We're the
Woman, hold
we're
up
the
half the
troubled
sky.
women of
The
suburbia.
troubled women of suburbia.
Mhm.
This is how we hold it together.
Mhm.
So now we're going to start telling scenes. So we're going to have spotlight scenes. We're going to take turns going around. And let me see who goes first. Begin with Act 1. Anyone can start the first scene. So each scene is going to start with someone setting up the premise for that scene. As much as we can, we want to start scenes that have kind of obvious tension and stakes in them. So everyone please kind of look at the things involved and imagine.
Issa, we gotta run.
Where are we running? Who are
Well,
we
they
running?
can't know that we took it.
But
It sounds like you have a scene in mind.
Do
So-
I?
Well, it
Not
sounds
really.
like it.
Are you at Red Bud Court?
It sounds like you have the beginning of a scene in mind.
Issa, gotta go.
let's go. Let's go.
So but before we start role playing it, David, would you like to start the game?
Sure.
So it sounds like you're choosing to set the scene,
Uh-huh.
which means the rest of us will get to choose the outcome, if it's a
Okay.
good scene or a bad scene for
Okay.
your character. So we've got a little reference card
Okay.
that tells us about playing scenes here. So establishing means that you set the scene. So you want to find your character's motivation, which is what does your character want? How will they try to get it?
I just wanna get drugs.
For setting the scene, you have to say where is the scene taking place, which characters are there. Use the cards on the table as well as those in the deck for inspiration. So I guess if you want, actually, you can.
We
flip
could
through the
have
rest of
other
this deck.
things. Okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
There's also this little card of kind of suggested scenes that you can use for inspiration.
All right, where are we at?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I mean, we need to get back to my van.
We have to get back to your
We
van.
have to hide it.
Where's the van?
It's. I'm not
So
really
are,
sure.
are, we
Wait,
start,
we
are we
need-
starting
we
with you
need
two
to
stealing the bat left?
Yeah.
Like, are we doing that? Or
Right
have we-
now.
Well, this seems to be the past, so
Yes.
we should obviously start in the past.
Should
I
we-
guess even more past is you two being born. But
So is
you
this?
know.
Are we doing like a flashback to that scene
Yeah,
years
we
ago?
can, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
It's your choice. You're making
I'm
the scene.
sure. Let's do that.
There
okay.
you go.
Okay. I definitely think it should end negatively.
Well, let's let them. I just want to make sure we go through the process of setting the scene first.
Okay.
Which is just David. Can you tell us where the scene is? So like the
So,
place, the
I
time.
guess we just stole it from your church, right? Your
Your
garage.
Your garage.
Mhm. Yeah, at the time it was just in my garage.
Yeah. And well, we're taking the secret weapon that no one knows about.
Is the house empty or is it?
I mean,
Or
Are you-
I don't think we could have gotten away with it if they're there.
So are you like?
So I think it's just.
Are you
us.
speeding away in a car? Are you running down, dragging it behind you on the street? Is the middle of the night?
I'm
daytime?
pretty sure his van doesn't have wheels.
I don't.
Her van
Well,
is stuck.
well, what if my van did have tires at first, and then it got like, because of this immense weapon, the tires like just couldn't handle it after a while, and now I'm just surrounded by rotting newspapers.
So it's approximately like a sword in terms
Uh-huh.
of like weight and
It's
usage.
like crescent sword, big, double edged.
or it could have been slipped and sliced one of the tires or something. Who knows?
So I have an idea for a scene. Can I set this a scene?
Go.
Yes.
So the scene that I want to set is it is a family dinner at my house that I've invited you to, mostly to show off a new flat screen TV that I purchased. And you have cornered me in like the washing room because maybe you need to borrow money for drugs or something like that.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get away from you and back into there.
Okay.
So when we jump into the scene, we'll each have our characters. And David and Setorie, I think I will have
Should they
definitely
come-
invited you. And David, do you want to play just like the other people at the party who just like show up at all the wrong times?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So there's like we can hear the clinking of glasses and conversation out there. I'm like, oh, what did you want to talk about, Mary?
Jeanette, man, I need some money. Did you hear that Dad's
Again?
not doing well?
Oh, yeah.
Dad's not doing super well. He has a really bad cough, and I think he's really sick. And I want to take him to the doctor. And can
Do you want me to like
loan
write money to the hospital?
No, can you just give me some cash? Because I might have to go. You don't know
Is
what
the
I'm
hospital
going to
going
need
on?
to.
Is it going on cash now? Or?
Yes, yeah, for sure. I'm gonna take him to the special person who does acupuncture, and they only take cash. So I was wondering if you could loan me a little bit of money.
I don't know about that.
I think you really need to, because remember, I'm your sister, and you love me, and things could go really well for me, and I need to take care of Dad because you're always busy with your church, this stupid church you're starting.
Well, you're
You
not
need to-
helping him much either. I can never seem to track you down on your phone. So I'm just gonna zoom out of the characters for a moment. At any point, because I set the scene, I don't get to choose if this is gonna end poorly or well for my character, and anyone can kind of pick up those cards by reading the scene or just choosing. So I'm not allowed to do that. And it seems like the stakes are whether I got bent into loaning Mary some money.
Well, is that a positive thing or a negative thing?
So like I'm
I
over
don't know.
here, and I'm like, Isa, can you come over here? I want you to meet my sister.
Oh yes, I can come right away. Hi, it's nice to meet you.
Hi, Isa. How are you? Are you a part of her church?
Yes, I am a devout believer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear that our father's not doing well?
That's
Yeah, so why don't I just
So I
squeeze
was,
out of
I
here?
was just telling, no, Isa, don't go anywhere.
That's not
Don't
Isa.
you? Oh, I mean, Jeanette, don't go anywhere. I really, really need that thing that I was talking to you about. I mean, you know,
This
I know
seems
that.
kinda
Hey,
personal.
Have you gotten the money yet?
I guess it would be the generous thing to do.
Thank you very much.
And I'm gonna end this scene with me
I
kind of.
need like $500, please.
$500?
Yep,
500.
yep,
I'm
yep.
gonna cut there with me just like 500 as I'm like
500,
writing on the
yeah.
check, and I'm like, oh, it's no problem at all.
Thank you very much.
So I've accumulated this negative outcome for my character, and this is going to feed into the till after that. Once we finish this first act. So now, do we go in order or just kind of go around the table twice, setting up scenes for each character. So now, Setorie, you can set up a scene for your character.
Okay. Let's see.
Chad, if you have any ideas for scenes, let us know.
Scene between me and what's your character's name, David?
Lena.
McLean.
Lena McLean. We're after as this party is happening. This is when we're stealing the relic, essentially.
Okay.
So I'm there perusing the party, making sure you're distracted while she's going and stealing.
Oh, okay. So where does our scene begin?
So the scene begins right after that interaction, I want to say.
Oh, immediately after.
Yes. So you're leaving, and I'm just like chatting you up and asking what was that about? Is everything okay? Heard your father wasn't doing well.
Oh yeah, it's really hard on me.
Maybe I'm looking for Lena because I just got all this money,
Yeah.
and
Oh God,
Hey,
you're
I
gonna
can get
interrupt
some
the
more.
plot.
I can get some more money. I don't know where Lena is, but I'm gonna try and find her. Hey, have y'all seen Lena?
No.
So we might be doing some cutting back and forth. I'm imagining like a
Okay,
split
and then
view
you're
here.
doing, and you're doing. What are you doing?
I'm stealing this.
Uh huh.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You're in the garage?
So what is that? What does that
Sneaking
look like?
around.
Give us a visual.
I'm like, wait for the signal. Wait for the signal. He said, wait for the signal. Is there a signal? I don't see a signal.
Yeah, and at that point, I text and like, go ahead, she's distracted.
Okay.
Good to
My
go.
phone rings and I'm like, oh crap! And I run into the garage and I take it.
Yeah, like you break into the garage.
Yeah.
And you see that there's like a workbench,
Mhm.
and that's been carefully, laboriously covered in like tin foil,
Oh boy.
and with like a glass display case set on top of it. And the batleth is there with like carefully positioned lights on top.
Spotlights.
Spotlights.
Yeah.
So I go up to it and I carefully just take it off the pedestal and the spotlights and I make sure not to touch any of
Seems
them.
going to end positively for your character.
Oh, yeah.
And I take it, pocket it.
So it's
and
like
then,
5 feet long.
yeah,
when
I
you're holding
pocket
it.
it. I have really big pockets.
You
Don't
probably
judge.
should take it to your
I
van.
need to get my drugs somewhere.
Okay, so
You
so
can put it on your strap it to your back.
do you have like a huge coat?
Yeah. Yeah, of course I do. I have the long black coat
It's
of
wrapped
the
in
typical
tinfoil.
drug dealer, you know.
Like a creepy Hollywood trench coat? Is that what you
Yeah,
mean?
of course.
Okay.
What other type of coat is there?
So you tuck the batleth kind of under there, and then where are you going with it?
I mean, I'm gonna have to go back to my van, you know? I gotta start cooking up my drugs.
And
I
that's
have
I'm like-
businesses.
Hey, Lena! I see you coming out of the garage. What you doing, Lena?
Hey, I don't have time for you right now.
But I got my sister gave me some interesting things that we should discuss.
but I'm kind of in the middle of running an errand for my friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What friend?
Well,
The
of
scene's
course,
over free.
my best friend, Issa.
Okay, I guess we'll talk about it later.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so
Alright, so now
Setorie
it's
has
my
a
turn.
positive end. So now you've got to set up where a scene is happening and
Alright,
what's
so
going to
I've
happen.
now gotten back to my van with the sword, and I'm just starting to cook my drugs, you know? I just mixing in together all the ingredients, getting the water boiling. I don't know how to make drugs, so if anyone wants to give me any pointers on how to make drugs in the chat, please do.
Don't give him any
No.
pointers on how to make
So
drugs.
is this a scene kind of just with your character?
I
So we can
mean-
do like solo scenes where you're kind of just giving
I
us...
don't know. It depends if she wants to come knock on my door or not.
It's up to you to decide which
I
characters
mean,
are in this
I
scene.
guess I hear a knock on my door and I open the door and I'm like, Mary Alice, what are you doing here?
Okay, so are you saying that just these 2 characters for this scene?
I mean, Setorie's at the party with you. I just got back to my van.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Should
She just
Setorie
got the money
come?
from you. I mean, Setorie, are you coming over to like check on if I got the sword or
I
not?
would like a text that you got the
Oh
sword.
yeah.
I don't necessarily want to leave the party early to make us look more suspicious.
Of course. I'm like, well, I got this sword back to my. I text
Okay,
Setorie.
so apparently it's David and I.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
I text
Alright.
Setorie before I open the door and be like, hey, everything is good. Someone just knocked on my
I
van.
mean, Issa.
Issa.
Of course,
Issa.
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 I'm texting. I got the sword back and it's well hidden and everything.
And then I
so-
come and go
Oh,
on the window of the van.
yeah. I'm like, I open the door. I'm like, oh,
Hey, Lena. Lena, are you done now with that
oh,
errand?
my best
I
customer,
really,
Mary
really,
Alice.
really-
How are you?
Hey, I need some things. I'm
Oh,
going,
yeah. Well, yeah.
what can you do for me? I've got $200
well,
here.
I got 200. That's not enough.
Yeah, well, what about 300? I need enough for me and a couple of my friends.
Oh well, only
'Cause-
300 only gets you enough for one person. You know, there's the
well,
200
okay.
fee for the
I-
secrecy cost.
But I
and then
need
there's,
some money.
and then there's 100 for each person.
Okay, so what about 400? And
So you said friends though.
Yeah, so give me enough for 3 people, please.
Oh, so that will be
$400.
$500.
No, that's all the
that's
money
not-
I have. I need enough to pay my rent, man.
Oh, well,
I mean,
sounds like you.
Lena, come on.
500.
I've
450.
gotta pay-
450.
Okay, here's 450.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's this new stuff I got in. Not exactly sure what it's called, but I kind of made it up on the spot. No. I haven't given it a name yet. I just kind of made it up on the spot.
Okay,
I don't fully know the effects. It might kill you, but
Oh, no, you can't kill me.
it's okay. It's a drug. You'll feel really good if you
Okay,
die.
okay.
So you're gonna be my test subject, friend.
Okay, just give it to me because
Here.
I'm.
Here
Okay.
are your drugs. Go have fun.
All right,
Don't
thanks.
do anything that I wouldn't do.
All right.
So can y'all steer this into a scene that ends negatively for David's character? Because we know that this is a negative scene for him.
Okay.
I mean,
So you got the money. I now have the drugs, and I punch you in the face as hard as I possibly can, and you pass out, and I steal the money, and I run away.
Do you steal anything else?
what
no,
the hell?
I don't realize that he has the bat lift, so it's there, and I don't realize he has it. But I do take all of the drugs and all of the money, and
Great.
I'm running away with it.
Great.
What the hell,
And
Mom?
you passed out.
So,
Okay.
now you're going to set the next scene for us, please.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be immediately
Right.
following.
Okay. So this is a couple months later. The bot lift is still missing,
Mhm.
and we're at your church, and you are doing some
Grand
pastory type thing, the grand opening of the new fantastic church. That's a good one.
Mhm.
And then I have come to tell you because Dad just got put into hospice, and I'm there ostensibly to tell you about that, but I might be dealing drugs to some of your acolytes.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we need someone to play acolytes for this scene?
The Setorie is one of the acolytes.
Yeah.
Or Isa
Isa.
obviously is one of the acolytes, and Lena is there and has become an acolyte as well.
Oh.
And you're still wanting to get some from Lena. So,
I'm now a
and that's
devout
kind of-
follower of the church.
Welcome.
Okay, so we got everybody again. Where
Yes.
does the camera start looking?
The camera is going to be on you doing the whole
Do your ceremony.
preacher
Come on.
thing.
Yeah. So Jeanette, she's kind of standing before this kind of huge black and red podium, as she's wearing kind of like rubber and fake leather Klingon garb with like the bumpy forehead, shouting and spitting down at the audience, and occasionally like leaning and in very formal English translating.
And then I'm over on the side and I'm like, "Hey, Jeanette," and you're like,
And I'm just like making eyes at you. I'm like, give me a minute.
Jeanette. And then you don't pay any attention to me. So I go over and I'm like, I go to the first row and I'm like, "Hey, Isa, how are you doing?"
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Nothing. Are you interested in some new stuff that I might have just gotten?
How good is it? The last stuff wasn't that great.
I think it's pretty good. I think you'll be happy with it. And I mean, as long as Jeanette talks, she talks forever. It makes this whole thing much, much better. I've got to get my way out of here.
In the background.
I've got to get out of here, man. Come on. I know that, Isa, I know that you really, really want some of this stuff.
Has this been tested on anyone before?
Me? I have tested all of the product. And I can 100% guarantee how good it is.
So I think at this point, like my sermon, I start breaking into like a parable about a great Klingon battle where all that they were hopped up on blood wine beforehand to just kind of enhance the glory of the combat.
See,
Just for context.
You could put it in the blood wine that she's talking about and make your own, and you would be the greatest Klingon warrior.
Yeah,
ever.
we're serving. There's a blood wine punch bowl off to one side.
Oh, maybe I should go put some of the drugs in the blood wine punch bowl.
Oh God.
I'm gonna spike the punch. The drugs. I'm gonna go over to the
The
thing.
random drugs that I kind of just made.
No, this is months afterwards.
Mary Alice leaves me and just goes to Spike.
Wait, how are you getting drugs? You punched me in the face.
I think this scene is going to end positively for
Oh,
your
thank
character
you.
somehow.
Yep, I put all of the drugs in the punch now.
All of the drugs? I wanted to buy some!
She just dumped all of them in there.
So I think
You are a really bad dealer.
This
The-
is the way I'm getting out of this family, man.
if I can, the camera like pans up at me, and I'm like in the middle of a speech, and you can see me like staring off to one side, focused. And the camera looks over at like you putting in the punch bowl, and then pans left to Lena like not paying attention to the speech at all. And I'm like, ah.
And then I'm like, hey, Jeanette, I still need to talk to you. Finish up.
Yeah.
Dad is going to hospice. We need help.
In the corner.
Should we jump like
I think
2
we
minutes
should.
forwards to bustling around post speech?
Yeah, we can.
in the-
Okay.
I'm talking to Lena. It's like, she spiked the bowl with all the drugs.
I text back, I'm so proud of her. That's my...
She stole your
And then
drugs.
I
though.
bring you
That's
a cup of blood
Yeah.
wine.
I'm so
yes.
We're
proud.
like drinking it, and over like the first few minutes of our conversation, you can see my pupils starting to dilate. So, what are you trying to tell me? What do you want?
Huh? I want you to let me go because I can't deal with Dad anymore, and I need you to take over and stop this ridiculous church. And I have got to I gotta head out of town.
I'm gonna say that I understand, but if before you go, I just need us to have one last conversation as a family together with Dad. It'll be very important to me.
Oh, God.
Okay, all right.
And then we hug it out, and I start shouting, and it's awful. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I would like to not set a scene for my character, and instead choose an outcome for my character. If anyone has a scene in mind, or if everyone is open to giving me a scene.
Sure.
I mean, you need to get laid by me at some point.
Where do I try to pull that off?
Wait,
I
wait,
mean,
wait.
I'm at the church right
You
now
said you
being
wanted
bored out of
to-
my mind.
Is your scene positive or negative?
I'll choose once we get into the scene, kind of during the middle of it.
So we could do it at this gathering after everyone is wired out of their mind
Okay. Yeah.
because of the punch,
I have
Yeah.
not touched the punch.
and that makes it easier for you to approach Lena.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where does that
Okay,
happen?
you're feeling very,
Yeah,
very
that
good.
is happening after your massive.
Screaming.
It's happening
Right,
after
like-
your hug and scream.
I'm trying to imagine, are we like in the small little battle garden, or are we in like the main sect? Are we?
Where
battle
would Lena
guard.
like to be stationed? Are you inside with all of the people? Are you outside in the
Where are the rest of
courtyard?
the cards?
Here.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Find a location, David, that you
Oh,
think
okay.
where
Oh,
y'all are.
I was.
In the church. Battle Garden sounds pretty good.
So those are probably like specific locations
that-
around suburbia.
Yeah.
You just randomly come up like
You never know. There might be a church. I think we should do Chicken Hut.
okay.
Maybe
Lena-
you could be in the
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
we,
So
we went to Chicken Hut after your super big.
well.
I'm
'cause-
ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
Oh,
We're
So-
very the munchies have gotten us.
So
Woo, that wine was good.
so who is here? It sounds like it's at least me and Lena.
I
Is
mean,
there
maybe
anyone
we
else?
did an after party of everyone here.
Sure. So
Same head.
all of us.
All
so
of us.
all of
All
the
four.
acolytes are now at Chicken Hut.
All right. I'd like to start by just kicking in the door to the chicken hut. And my eyes are like pure, kind of like blood red, as I've been drinking more blood wine than anyone.
That's kind of hot.
Jeanette, what are you doing?
And I just start screaming for meat
Jeanette,
as I'm like running in there.
relax. We'll get you food. You'll eat.
We'll get some chicken. Fried chicken.
I'm like charging forwards.
Oh.
Are you letting me do that?
No,
Yeah.
I'm trying to hold you back. You can't.
And then why don't you grab?
choosing a
why
negative
don't you
outcome for
grab
my
her
scene.
and?
No, I just take out my phone and start playing Angry Birds. This is way too entertaining. But I'm like watching, but like still like taking off the
I
board
feel
like
you would
drug
be
dealer.
in the corner, putting everything on Snapchat.
Yeah, I'm just like
I look over at Issa, and I'm like, watch this. Lena, I will fetch you fresh meat! and just like leap over the counter behind the chicken hut.
God. I look up for a second and I'm like, did someone say my name?
Can you tell me what the chicken hut employees are doing?
The chicken hut employees are like, oh my god, who is this crazy nut? And why is she dressed like a Klingon? Oh my god. And they're all running away because they're really frightened of you.
Hey, thank you,
And there is now flour and flying chicken, and it's a complete wreck and mess.
I rush into the walk-in freezer looking for the meat.
And one of them locks you in.
I want to end it there. I don't know exactly what the consequences are, but we have some imagination. So that was the second scene for my character.
Okay.
We're gonna go through a second scene for each of us, and that'll be the end of Act 1. So, Setorie, it is your turn. Would you like to set the scene or choose the outcome?
I would like to choose a negative outcome and someone else set the scene if possible.
Okay. If you want, you can choose a positive one later.
No, I want a negative outcome. I want a negative outcome.
Okay.
Okay.
So we need what is
I think that his scene should be you finding out that maybe they had something to do with the missing bot lift.
I think it would be even better
We got to get that plot
if
going.
we were having an affair and you walk in on it. And you're like, my acolyte and your best friend, how could you do this to me?
I like the I feel like the I want to see the thread about the stolen bot lift.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, before introducing a new one, I want to get that call back going.
Yeah. So I think that you are maybe at the church,
Mhm.
and Setorie or Issa and Lena are kind of in the back of the church whispering about something, and you walk here in and overhear them talking about the bot lift a little bit, and you're like, wait, do y'all know what happened to that? And then you're kind of suspecting them.
So we're in the back. We're sharing a J, just chilling, relaxing. And
Hey, by the way, do you want any drugs?
I'm fine. I grow my own. It's okay.
What? You traitor!
You buy from me. What do you mean? Get out of here.
Okay, so why are y'all talking about the bot lift? Like, what are your plans with it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You know that thing that you made me steal like a while ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we doing with that? Why did you take it again?
We need it for a blood sacrifice. Man.
Oh, we're killing someone with it?
No, not a person. Yeah, we have goats and shit.
Oh yeah, those.
We have
Goats.
we have to sacrifice it so that
Are these metaphorical goats, as in like
No,
people who
we
are just like
we have to go
goatish?
get a goat from
Oh.
the farmer down the street.
There was a goat down the street.
Yeah, Jeff. You know Jeff.
Oh yeah,
It is
Jack.
suburbia.
I want to splice in a cut as they're talking about like a literal blood sacrifice to like me like in a suit like working on a spreadsheet with like glasses on. I'm like, oh yeah, call us pussy. Like very much not intense blood sacrifice. Keep going.
And then we have to. What's the name of the?
We have to take the Klingon. The Klingon. Blah blah blah.
What's it called?
A butler.
Butler. We have to take the butler and we have to bathe it in the goat's blood, and that will activate its power.
I think now is when you hear like the creak of me pushing over the door. I'm like, what are we bathing in blood?
No, nothing.
Oh, well, there's this drugs. We're bathing drugs in blood.
Yes, it's called.
We've already got a fresh batch of blood wine. We just brewed up some more the other week.
So no, it's something new that I'm trying out for the cook.
Yeah, we got the blood.
No,
from Jeff down at the goat farm.
No, we need fresh blood.
Fresh. We need fresh.
But for what?
He's
I need to soak my drugs. And
You know what? Just send me a text. I've got a hookup, and I'll just deliver it myself. I'll go pick it up. Just let me know when and where you need it.
Well, my van where I deal my drugs is where we need it
That's definitely where we need it.
because I need to put drugs in lamb blood.
Is this for a church activity, Issa?
No, she's just trying to help me
Yeah,
out.
I'm just trying to help. Yes,
Well, anything for a friend of the church.
Of
course.
course, yeah.
I'm sure we can spare a little blood, right, Lisa?
yeah.
Wait, are we murdering each other?
No, lamb's blood. It's lamb's blood.
Right.
The scripture permits it.
I
in
think that
times
this is
of
going to end
peace.
very negatively.
Okay, do you still want the
So
negative?
is that a negative?
Yeah.
I'm trying to make me being there. The
Yeah,
negative outcome.
I was negative because you're suspicious of me now. You don't trust me completely anymore.
Yeah.
But you still want to get laid by me, so.
Okay, yeah, so I'm explicitly thinking, what are they doing at the... Okay, got it.
I think you heard the name of the weapon, but since we're not saying exactly what we're doing, you're like,
I'm going to need to see if they're actually going to put blood on drugs.
We'll find out. Your turn, David. Would you like to set a scene or choose an outcome?
Well, I either have this, which we just did, the bot left, or I have drugs. So I guess I'm dealing drugs.
What are you trying to do with that? What's your end game?
I guess I just want to get everyone high, you know?
Just share the love.
I want everyone to be hooked on my drugs.
Like, so they're happy, or so for your money?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, well then show
I
show
have
us the scene
charred
about-
ashes. Well. Oh, I have the charred ashes of money. Oh.
Something.
So I want to get all of your money so that I can burn it.
Okay.
Because he's against. She's against the.
All I need is Cthulhu.
Give us a scene.
So I guess I'm going up to Mary Alice and I'm like, hey, you got any cash? I got something new for you.
Before we start role playing the scene, can you give us the whole premise so I can start imagining?
I'm walking down the street and I see Mary Alice. She just came from the popcorn store.
Okay. So we're on like Main Street business, people walking around.
And like I'm just peeking out in the alley, you know, sketchy things that drug dealers do with my lab coat.
Okay. And remember we're in pretty clean suburbia.
Yeah, very, very clean suburbia, with drugs and blood.
And I'm walking
lands.
down the street with really huge bags
Of popcorn.
of popcorn. Well, it looks like popcorn.
Oh, it's actually
Little
drugs.
do you know. It looks like popcorn, but it's actually, I've been walking around the neighborhood stealing everyone's mail. And I have these huge bags of mail. And I'm like, oh man, everybody just got their like government checks. And I think that we could sign the backs of these checks and then take all this money. And you were saying you really, really needed some money. So why don't we
as
start
long
this
as
whole
I'm not
thing,
involved with this and I get the money, I'm fine with this.
and y'all can come up and maybe help me because I've got all
So
of
we're
this
now
mail.
trying to scam the entire city out of all of their mail.
Is that positive?
I don't.
I think
I think it will end positively.
I don't know.
For me,
I
it
feel
will.
like-
I will get all of this money, and you guys will all get arrested. It's fine.
I feel like you have just been incited into money laundering.
I
and that should
am
be
saying
negative.
I am not a part of
Are
it.
we cutting the scene? Is the scene over?
yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure those boundaries
Okay.
are clear.
Yes. Okay. So
It's
I
fine.
now have a
Doesn't
whole
matter.
bunch of money.
Not, yeah.
But you and Lena have prospects.
Yes.
We have plans.
What's our next?
Okay. Our next scene is I am going to
Good use of cards for inspiration.
yeah, I know. I'm
Right.
using cards for inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
I am
So you can treat them like random tables from RPG.
I am going to this is a scene between you and I.
Mhm.
And I'm back, and Dad has just died.
Oh no!
And yeah,
Okay, we can have our big dramatics.
Uh-huh.
We
And-
did. Oh, I missed it because I was in jail.
and I'm upset, but not all that upset. And I'm like, you can't have all of the money from the will or whatever. And I think he's left me the house and not you because he thinks you're crazy.
Right.
Because you're a Klingon.
Right.
Well, it's
Am I
either
still in?
drugs
So
or
where is this
church
scene happening? Is it in
It's
like my
in,
house?
no,
or?
it's in the house.
Your
it's
house.
in the house with Dad. I still live there sometimes.
Right.
So I'm hanging out there, but we're in Dad's house.
Okay. What are we doing?
And I'm like, God, I can't believe he died. Man, that just really stinks. And
How am I gonna get
Are
money
we
from my
in
sister?
like the old basement, like playing
Huh?
video games or
No.
something? What are we doing?
we can be in the basement playing video
Okay.
games. Okay. Man, Okay. Pew pew pew
Yes,
pew
okay.
pew pew
I'll be
pew.
back here.
And then I'm going to shoot you in the game a whole bunch, and you're like, man, what's up with that?
Come on, Mary.
It's a co-op game with
Jeanette!
friendly fire.
I'm the big sister. I win. I win. I'm the
No.
big sister.
Jeanette,
I always
I am
win.
so sick of you always getting everything that you want. I want things. I get this house, and I need to have some things too. You always get anything you want, and I don't want you to anymore. I need something, and I want that
I get
house
everything
even
I
though...
want because I'm better, and I'm gonna get this house too.
No.
I'm gonna call my lawyers, and this won't be the last that you hear of this. And I'm gonna storm out. This ends very negatively for you.
Oh, man.
All right. So we have finished Act 1. We got a couple wheels in motion. So now we are entering the tilt. So after everyone has had 2 scenes, Act 1 is over, and it is time for the tilt. Has anything interesting been happening in chat recently?
Witty
People are saying
Pan
that this
says
is a train wreck.
Fiasco is always a train wreck, and that's what makes it fun. But they said it's an entertaining train wreck. So.
Well, that's very good.
Yes.
So please flip your cards over,
Oh God.
and then sum up the numbers on them, and you'll get a total that's kind of either in red or blue, and they'll sort of cancel out. So for you, Kathleen has +3 red and +2 blue. So that would come to a total of +1 red.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay, I have +2 blue.
So the player with the highest blue total, can anyone beat +2
Oh,
blue?
not even
No.
close.
Okay. The player with highest blue total chooses a blue outcome card from any of those in front of the players. So this card, or this one, or this one. Can you, let's read the options aloud to the stream.
Okay. What's your option?
Mine says failure. Something precious is on fire.
Mine says paranoia, a sudden reversal of status, fortune, or sympathy.
Mine is paranoia. What seemed like pure luck isn't.
So whichever element Setorie chooses is going to be like a Chekhov's gun for our second act. It's something that's going to happen soon, and we'll try to find a chance to make it happen in one of our scenes. So choose one of those.
I would like paranoia.
A sudden reversal of
Yes.
fortune.
Do I have to explain what happens now?
No, I don't
Nope.
think so.
That'll just be like a goal that we have.
Because I have an idea.
Yeah. Can you? Well, then, as soon as you set a scene, you can try to do that.
Okay.
And
Now it's just
I
kind
would
of a
think
label.
+4 red is the best because
Yeah.
he has +2 and I had +1.
That's my biggest.
So yeah. So you want to read all the red cards out?
Yeah. So, Setorie, can you read
what's
yours?
yours?
Mayhem, an out of control rampage.
I have tragedy, pain followed by confusion, and mayhem, a dangerous animal gets loose.
Oh boy.
I have tragedy, confusion, followed by pain.
Innocence. The wrong person gets busted.
Ooh. This is tough. We don't have any dangerous animals, but the notion of a dangerous animal getting loose is appealing somehow.
Cthulhu. This is the perfect time.
Right? Yeah, maybe I was doing something other than worshipping Klingons. Out of control
I
rampage.
think his is pretty good too.
Yeah, that one seems emotional. So we've got paranoia, a sudden reversal of status, fortune, or sympathy.
I mean,
Which is
that
gonna be,
would
like,
work
emotional and
really well with
psychological.
the.
I think I want to go more concrete, and someone's gonna go on an out of control rampage.
Kind of
course.
did that, actually.
We kind of did. It
We
wasn't
did
a
that.
rampage. It was dinner.
It was a drug high.
You got locked in a cooler.
It was a drug
The
high.
throes
followed
of
by
battle.
love, followed by
Cling
guilt.
about. So I can take the other leftover. No, I think we hold on to them. Sorry, because we're gonna do a total at the end,
So,
if I recall correctly. So this was.
That one was
That's-
mine.
Please return the
That one
cards.
was
I don't
mine.
remember where they were. Sorry. Everyone should have 2.
Was
Great.
this yours?
No, these were mine.
Okay, this one was mine, I think.
Yes, that was yours.
out of,
Because you had 2.
Because I had, yeah,
right?
you had 2
Yeah.
I had a
blue.
blue and a red.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. So we have our 2 tilts, which are
A sudden reversal of status, fortune, and sympathy,
And an out of control rampage.
okay, a sudden reversal and a rampage. are going to be the two things that come up in the second act. So otherwise, the second act is going to play much similarly to the first, with the same process of setting scenes and seeing how they go. We should try to actively steer our scenes so that things can wrap up as we run out of stuff. Because we've got, actually a lot of positive scenes left. So we front-loaded our negativity.
No, we don't love
Okay.
positivity.
So Act 2, is there anyone eager to start us off?
Yes. I want to use the switching of roles paranoia. In this act, you were in prison, so
Yeah.
the cult was left with no one, and I fulfilled that role and stepped in as their pastor while you were gone.
For how long?
Well, I mean, how long did it take for someone to get you out of the cooler?
Well,
Well, probably only a few hours.
yeah, but were you arrested because of the chicken episode, or was there something else? Or was she?
I'm over the Setorie can tell me.
Yeah.
I think it was the chicken episode, and then they found drugs in your system. So you were suspicion of
You were
dealing
put-
drugs to a large number of people because there was a bunch of people found on drugs at the same time. So you were in jail for like a month or two at least. And,
Okay.
and I assumed that leadership role while that was happening.
And then
Great.
everyone realized how much Setorie actually cares about the church.
Okay, so set our scene for us.
Okay, the scene is we're in the middle of the blood sacrifice.
Oh, of course.
bathing the sword.
Yeah.
So where does the blood sacrifice happen?
Is it happening in my van or is it happening at the church?
In your van.
Oh boy.
There's just 30 people outside of your van in black robes,
Dressed like Klingons?
dressed like Klingons, and I'm on the top, cutting a coats. And
What time of day?
This is happening at midday. Come on.
Okay, not midday. It's happening at.
Like right when the sun's about to go down.
So
and
we
the sky
are
is
in
red.
suburbia. That we keep all that quiet. We keep the sidewalks clean, and not much happens here, and that's how we like it. So that's like the presiding.
I think a
Tension.
lot is
I-
happening
I
here.
think it would happen at like 2 o'clock
In the
Hey,
afternoon?
a.m.
Oh, okay.
Middle of the night.
2 in the
Middle of
AM,
the night.
yes.
Okay. All right. Candlelight, torchlight,
Candlelight, of course.
candlelight. Okay.
Everyone has like a candelabra.
Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah. Okay. So we got these road people holding candles circled around the van. You're on top. Goat, sword. Who else is here?
Her van.
I'm here. It's my van. I'm just kind of standing up there next to him, just being half dazed. And I'm like, what is going on? I am high and tired right now, and it's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Setorie.
So Setorie's setting the scene and telling his premise.
Okay, right now I'm preaching. I'm saying this is the return of our long lost God. We will use this relic to bring forth a new world.
And then the crowd chants back, "A new world."
A new world.
Kind of in like a quiet murmur, like a whisper through the crowd.
And then I slash the goat's neck and bathe the blade in blood. And I think that's when you show up trying to buy more
The
drugs.
sword glows.
And then I come up and go, hey, guys, what's going on here? What are y'all doing? Why is everybody in black robes? What
Let-
happened to that goat?
Let chaos reign.
Oh, hey, Mary Alice. How are you doing?
Lena, what are you doing? I just came because I needed some more stuff.
Well, my best friend here was like, hey, get up. We need to sacrifice the goat now. And I'm like,
You sacrificed a goat?
it's 2 a.m.
The blood starts
Where
dripping
is
up
my
from the goat.
sister? Jeanette got out of jail
The blood
today.
is dripping up from the
Oh,
goat.
Jeanette's out today.
And-
Jeanette got out of jail today. Where is Jeanette? And what? Issa, why are you killing a goat?
I think it just cuts to me just like running through the forest. And then back to that scene.
Jeanette is no longer the leader of our church.
You took over from Jeanette?
This is my church.
Where did you get that bot lift?
So there's, and so the crowd has kind of surrounded around you here. So I guess you're like standing at the foot of the van,
Yeah.
and they're just like, we're in the middle of a ceremony. Can you please bring us up another time?
Okay. I mean,
Meanwhile, Lena's holding the sword as I'm having this conversation, and the blood.
I'm
is
just
slowly-
like,
Yeah,
the blood is slowly rising from the goat's corpse, and
it's just like congealing into like just dripping up into the clouds.
oh
and
God.
I'm like, I have the power!
And I scream and run away because I think it's all this weird hallucination.
and see.
Great, here you are.
Wait, no, that's from the last round.
Okay, David. What is
Like,
your scene gonna
Set
be?
or resolve.
Well, so now I have this sword. Of
Somebody has
massive power. It seems like I was holding on to it. I think I've gotten corrupted by the sword now. And I'm like, Issa tries to take the sword from me and is like, hey, we need to complete the ceremony now. And I'm like,
So don't give us a history,
Don't
give
tell
us a scene.
Give
Oh,
us
right.
what the scene is.
so Issa's trying to take the sword from me.
Where
so
are
the
you?
two of you are physically struggling.
Yeah,
over
and
it.
I'm like, no, it's my sword. I have the power.
Where is
You
this
have
happening?
to.
It's happening like right after the ceremony was completed.
So like you two are cleaning up, and
Yeah.
then you.
And I've just been holding on to the sword this entire time. And Issa's like, you need to let go of the sword now.
Let go. The power will corrupt you. You cannot hold.
I
Sorry,
already have
sorry,
the
it's-
power.
Sorry, before we start the scene, are there other people milling around? I just want to know
I
if
mean,
I should be
everyone's
ready.
just leaving.
Okay, yeah.
So are
Walking
we
away.
there at all?
I feel like this should
You
be,
ran
this should be
away.
the time
I ran away.
you show up because you were running because you should.
Yeah,
be
you should
endowed
show
with
up in between
Okay.
all of this.
I'm
fight.
ready. I'm ready to do it. But for now, I'm just gonna be the like a half dozen cultists who are kind of murmuring around, being like, "Oh, how are Mary and the kids? Oh my God, I saw that
I'm
they got the
screaming
brown
down the
belt."
sidewalk. Okay.
Lena, you have to put the sword down. It will corrupt your soul.
I'm already corrupted. I have drugs.
It's a different kind of corrupt.
I will corrupt everyone.
Cuts to me jumping over a fence, falling through a pool, and climbing back out the other side.
I have power and drugs now. I am the ultimate drug dealer.
List of things that Kathleen can't do.
You can never defeat me.
And
People are starting to open their doors. Lights are turning on.
It's 2 a.m. in suburbia. Y'all are in trouble.
Mhm.
And I just pass out and fall off the van.
Negative. Negative. Red card. Red card. Does the scene continue or does it end there?
I mean, do you want to come in and just see me fall off the truck?
You tell me. You are
I
the
think
director.
you come in right here and just see me shout, I am the ultimate drug dealer, and then pass out and fall off my van.
I think that maybe the shot is just of like you hitting the ground. Me runs out from behind a house, picks up the bat left, keeps running, disappears behind another house.
you told you to put it down.
And then disappear into the darkness.
You have ruined it all.
All right,
my hard
that's the end of that scene.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, go.
We still got that
Alright.
scheme with the envelopes in the mail.
I do. I've opened all the mail. And then this is another sudden reversal. And what was the other thing that had to happen this time?
Massive rampage.
Yeah, an out of control
Massive
rampage.
Well, that was kind of an out of control rampage right there.
You haven't seen nothing yet.
Oh God.
So I am in a scene, and you have run off, but I am actually bringing the police over because you have a leg, one of those leg things that tracks where you
Oh
are.
yeah.
Yes, from being in jail. They've released you, but you are supposed to be on house arrest, and
I thought it
so-
turned off at night.
yeah, no, and the police have come. And we're now, I brought the police over to your house because I'm like, something weird is really
Am I
going on.
at home?
You're at home.
Okay.
And so the police and I have come and they're like, what happened to your leg monitor? And what are you doing? And why
Should
are
I
you
be the
here?
police as I am passed out right
Huh.
now?
So is this happening like on my doorstep? Are we like in my living room?
We're knocking at your front door and we're asking to come in, kind
Okay.
of. So we're at
I
your
think
house.
you'll open the door and the smell of like cookies like wafts out, and I'm like wearing an apron. I'm like, oh, like hello, well, hi officers, how can I help you?
And the officers are like, excuse me, ma'am, but we had some weird recordings on where your whereabouts last night. Can you please explain what you were doing?
Oh, I was here at home. I was just watching some reruns of Dawson's Creek. I made some pasta and just had a wonderful night. I'm not sure what you're
And I'm
talking about.
like, officer, there was this weird thing going on outside with a van and a goat and it was just crazy and she's lying.
I can't imagine what they're talking about, but I was here. If you'd like to leave an officer here with me just to make sure that I'm at home, I'd be quite okay
ma'am,
with
your
that.
GPS did say that you were off the premises last night. How would that
Sorry,
be?
I don't understand. I'm sure if you ask anyone from my church, and then I like remember that did not go well. I was just home. I'd like to zoom out for the scene thing. So is there a way that the scene can negatively or positively for your character, or is this a scene for my character?
This is a scene for my character. And
Do you want your sister to get arrested?
yes, I want the police to take you back to jail because I've been living in your house.
Because she
After
has to
Dad
get
died.
away.
And yeah, I want to get away from my stupid family, and I really liked it when you were in jail.
Got it. Okay,
So,
that just helps me understand the process.
yes.
Oh wait, so I'm
So-
here. I'm trying to claim that there's no.
Yeah,
soul.
and the police is like, "Do you mind if I take a look around?" And they go into the kitchen and they find the bloody botleth.
Yeah, it's just like hanging now. It's on the mantelpiece again, kind of where it once
She
was.
was
Dripping blood
actually
onto
cooking the
carpet.
cookies with the
She was stirring cookies with the.
Yeah, I was stirring cookies, and there's blood in the cookie dough.
And the police are like, what are all these like bloody cookies?"
I'm like, oh, this
doing
is
here?"
it's a kitchen tool. Let me show you how to use it, and then just cut one, kill one of them.
And the police bring out their gun and put you in cuffs and take you off again.
So,
I think that ends pretty positive.
is that a positive
I
ending
think
for
it's a positive ending for me because I want you gone.
great. Then I try to fight back with the botleth and go to jail. Okay.
Well, Camilla's back in jail. This seems like a reoccurring theme.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to set a scene with the two of us, and we're doing like the phone through the plexiglass thing. But I want to. I don't know what the tension is or the need, but that just seems like a funny premise, like old church leader to new church leader.
I mean, you know, I took the bottle at this point. So like, why'd you take it? And I'm trying to figure out where it's at.
Well, so why are you coming? Oh, so you're coming to visit me to find out where the botleth is.
What happened to it? Because I know I saw you run off with it last.
Should we just cut to us on the phone and you're asking me a question?
Either that, or I could, after you're captured, I can come visit you at the.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So we're at the jail. We're on
Yeah. Yeah. What happened? How'd you get back in jail? How'd they even find you?
Well, after Lena stole the bat, I can't believe that she would do that. After Lena stole the batleth. What? After Lena stole the batleth and I got it back from her, I think the cops confiscated it.
It zooms out and I sneeze, and then it goes back to you.
The church needs it. The church needs you, Isa.
I need the bottle. My whole point was to summon. You said the cops have it?
They do, yeah. They locked up. They said that it was too big and stupid, and it wasn't actually valuable or dangerous. So they just it's hanging
You killed
in the
someone
police
with it
chief's
and they
wall.
said it wasn't dangerous?
So it's hanging up in his office.
Yeah, they said it should be in the evidence locker, but they couldn't stop laughing.
Okay. You don't believe in our Klingon god?
I know!
What's
They
wrong?
should pay!
They definitely should.
Someone needs to go on an out-of-control rampage to show them what's what.
I will get it. I'll break you out and get the bottle back. You have my word.
Yeah.
And then I start going into. I want this to end positively for you. we started going over like, I remember your batleth techniques, and I like started like practicing the kata.
We do we go from the phone to the area where we can walk around with your families. And
Oh, I'm imagining I'm just doing the batleth stuff like with the tiny phone.
It's like okay, I got it.
You'll do great, Issa. And I hang up, and then just like get up and do like a Klingon shout, and then get torn away.
So wait, is this for me or for you?
It's your scene, isn't it?
No,
No.
it's your
Oh, it was
scene.
my scene.
I think it would go positive for you
Yeah.
because you just convinced me to go on a rampage.
Yeah.
Rampage.
For the glory
a
of the
bloody
church.
rampage to break you out and get the botleth and
the glory
for
of the
glory
church.
of the church.
Your turn, right?
Yes.
Because that was my turn. Okay.
Would anyone like to narrate me going or like set the scene for me going to get the bottle?
I would like to.
Okay, go ahead.
I would like to set this scene where you are in the like the office of the police chief, and you're talking to him or her. Does anybody want to play the police chief?
I can do it.
You want to play the police chief?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the police chief a man or woman?
Man.
Okay, so you're talking to him, and you're just, the batleth is like behind him up on the wall. It's Saturday morning, and the kind of like main room is there's just kind of one or two officers at desks there.
Hello there.
Hello. How's it going?
I'm doing all right. Is there anything I can help you with?
I would like to talk about our church. It's been a little run down since our pastor has moved away. You guys.
What
are
type
ra-
of church is this?
It's the one on the corner, down the street.
Oh, yeah. We've heard some weird things about that church.
It's been going okay since you guys arrested our psychotic pastor recently.
So you're saying it's going to be more normal now?
Yeah, we're going back to the main scriptures and manuscripts, away from the culty side of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I realized that I was wrong all this time, and I actually truly love my sister, and I feel bad with our family having died. And so I run into the outside area and start making this huge scene so that the police chief has to come out so that you can grab the botleth. And I'm like coming in and I'm knocking everything over, and I'm like, free my sister, free my sister.
Well, now we know where the rampage
Free
goes.
Jeanette! Free Jeanette!
What is all this ruckus out there?
I'm gonna have to go
Free
check
Jeanette!
that out.
Free
Really quickly.
Jeanette! Free Jeanette!
One of the like officers out there is like, ma'am, please can you calm down if you'd like to file a complaint?
Free Jeanette!
And then they're just kind of like circling around you, like looking over at the police. You're like,
And I'm
what do
knocking all
you
the
want us to
stuff
do?
down, and I'm like, hey,
ma'am.
police chief, I need you now!
I
Zoom-
walk
zoom-
out of the room.
Zoom out after he walks out. I grab the bottle, and then
How do you get out?
He's the director.
Wait for
Okay.
it. I grab the bottle. I look out the window, make sure they're all distracted, and then is all the police are distracted already?
All the
Oh,
police are
yeah.
all surrounding me.
All three of
Everyone's
us.
looking at.
It's supposed to go on a rampage though.
No, I think we
That's
got
what,
the
that's
rampage
what
already.
Kayla's demands.
As I grab the bottle, the leftover residue of blood glows, and my eyes just start getting red, and I go into a rampage.
Still got a coating of this stuff.
And you start hearing me yell Klingon words, and I just try to kill all the police that I think are attacking my.
Whoa, sir! What is going on?
Your cutscene.
There's blood
Okay,
all over the police
So we've
station.
got 4 scenes left.
I'm pretty sure-
Actually, yeah. What ending do we think that
I
is?
think that
Is that positive?
went pretty positively.
Okay, so we got 3
we
scenes
got
left.
the botleth back.
So it's David's turn to set us up one of close to final scenes.
Well, okay, so I'm passed out, right?
Well, you don't have to start directly.
Yeah, it can be
Okay,
somewhere
so
else.
I want to go find Mary Alice, and I want to, when you punched me that one time. I want to punch you.
Oh,
You want to go? So you're going to Mary Alice to get revenge?
yeah, I'm at Jeanette's house because
Well,
that's
David
where I've
tells
been
you where
living.
you are.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Where am I?
You're just, walking through the alley, smoking some weed, like you do, Mom. And
Yeah, just like that.
I'm walking. Joking.
I come back and I'm like, "Hey, Mary Alice.
Hey, Lena, how you been?
I'm good. How are you? How are
It's
you?"
really nice to see you.
And I walk up to you and I'm like,
It's a woman who walks her dog and goes by and just,
"Hey, you know about that one time where you stole all my money and all my drugs?"
Yeah, I'm really sorry. I've been thinking about that. You know that I've reunited with my sister. I'm really trying to make amends and
Oh,
stop
yeah, I heard
doing
that you killed
drugs.
all of the police people.
I don't know what you're talking about. I had nothing to do with that.
I mean, my best friend did, so
Uh.
it's fine. I don't touch you. It's my best friend. I can't be mad.
So
at
I
it.
just want us to be friends again.
Oh, you want to be friends? Yeah. How about giving back all the money?
Oh, I could do that. We
Oh,
gotta go
yeah?
back to my house
Okay.
because
Yeah,
I
let's go
got
back
all
to your
the
house.
mail that had all this money in it.
The mail of. Of course.
But yeah, let's go back and let's go find Jeanette.
I don't want I don't care about Jeanette. No, I just want.
No, but
Yeah, I just want the money that you owe me.
oh yeah, I can take care of that for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, if you give me my money, yeah, we can
Okay.
settle things.
All right, come
Uh-huh.
on, come
Okay.
back to the
So
house with
I guess
me.
we go back to the house and I get my money, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, Jeanette, Lena's here. And I know Jeanette's had a crush on Lena for a long time. Look, Lena's here.
so I'm trying to remember the time. So I'm out of jail
Yes.
and back at we're back at our old father's.
So they just
No,
killed
it's
all
your
of
house.
the
We're
police.
living
Oh,
at
you're
your
my
house,
house.
now. Yeah, it's
Right.
the fancy house with all the church money and everything. But I also have my own money now because I took it all from the mail.
Then I the door's locked and I say, you can't come in. I changed the locks.
Oh, but Jeanette, I thought we were friends again.
I'm sorry, Jeanette. I I don't feel safe anymore. The cops came by and I'm scared and I can't have you and your drug habits
let
here.
me in.
Oh, Lena, I don't know. I can't get the money unless we can get into the house.
Jeanette, come on.
The door opens and I hold out a duffel bag. You can have the money if you never talk to me again.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
I look sad. I look sad and hurt. It's like, okay. Well, my money. And then I punch Mary Alice in the face.
And I pass out on the floor.
And then I run away with my money.
And then I'm looking at the crack and I just kind of close the door and sort of slump up against it a little bit.
Okay.
I think that's the end of that scene.
All right, Kathleen.
Okay.
Is anyone gonna mention that thing to me?
What thing? The
The Issa stealing the night weapon.
Steal the thing and kill the other people?
Yeah, the last scene that you came to see, you're like, okay, well that's good. Let's go get our money. Don't be distracted.
We found
Okay,
more new.
I'm gonna take a negative one, and then y'all can set my scene for me.
So I think I want to set the scene of my character is I'm like sitting and like eating food and watching like live TV coverage, and it's like a helicopter chase of you, and you're slumped on the front door, and the camera pans over and I'm like, oh, that's my street. So you're kind of like on a blood-crazed rampage and you see someone unconscious lying at the front door, and then I'm clicking like, hey, cheers, oh, what's that? Who's someone on a rampage? What are you doing?
I run up to your door because I see my friend that just helped me get the weapon back. Like, what are you doing? Why'd you hit your sister? You just got the thing back.
What? No, Lena punched me.
No, I'm yelling at Lena
Oh.
through the door.
I'm like, what? Issa, is that you? And there's kind of sirens as the cops are pulling up onto this street.
And you just see, because I'm still on a rampage, you just see see the weapon come through
Wait,
your door.
no, that's
Let me in!
and it starts smashing, and the police are setting up a cordon like around. Like, put down the weapon. Put down the weapon.
I'm gone by now. I just want to make that
Maybe.
clear. I am not a part of this.
Okay, and the I would assume
I'm
that
just
the
gonna do a
police
let's
arrest
not
all
on
of us.
police violence.
Yeah.
You just
Let's not on police violence, but the police have dragged me away for sure, and that is my negative outcome. So now the last one is
Sounds
yours.
like they also arrested all three of you.
I
So-
did break into her house.
actually. So for me, I think the final scene is all four of us.
We're just all in jail.
Excuse
Yeah.
me, I did nothing wrong.
Actually, I'm imagining that the final scene is just the four of us just silent, looking at each other, not saying anything. So, it's not going to count as a negative scene. So, in addition to
Okay.
role play scenes, you can also have ones that you just like briefly describe, and I think
Okay.
that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Wow. So we have finished Act 2, and the game is not quite over because now we enter Judgment and the Aftermath.
Oh,
So,
God.
continuing clockwise from the last scene, each player may, if they wish, give one of their face-down outcome cards to another player. This will shift the balance of both players' cards for better or worse. Always do this before turning the card over to reveal its
Oh.
value. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't look at it. Sorry.
Alright, so
So
we
wait,
either
all-
give someone a negative
Even the
card or a
ones we
positive.
used already, or not counting
Hold on one moment.
those ones?
Can I smell it?
Mhm.
Yeah, the outcome card should stay in front of the player who had them. Yeah. Cool. So it looks like you do keep all of your cards.
Okay.
So generally speaking, large values, so like a majority of a single color for someone, is going to give them a more extreme outcome. So quote unquote good endings are going to be like a balance.
So are we
Good
supposed
ending.
to look at them before we switch? or
Oh,
something?
sorry. Yeah, you're not supposed to look at them before we switch.
Okay.
Alright, who wants to give me a thing?
I'm gonna give you a negative.
I'm going to give you a positive.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want? I'll give you a negative, and you can give me
You
a
already
positive.
gave one.
You already gave one.
Oh, I
You already
Setorie,
gave this one.
what do you want?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, give me a positive one.
Alright.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So then flip over your cards and add them up. Get your number.
All of them.
All of them, yeah.
Oh.
I've got a total of
Neutral!
red 8.
That's 6 and 6.
Oh, you have 0?
Yes.
Okay, David, what is your total?
I have positive 6. I don't know if that matters.
Is that so like blue?
Yeah.
Blue
Blue
6?
6.
Okay.
And I have a blue 1.
Blue 1. Blue 1. All right. So taking turns from the highest aftermath result. So mine is 8 to 9 to the lowest. Read out your aftermath to the group, and then take a moment to explain what this means specifically for each of your characters. How did their story end? Did they get everything they wanted? We're guessing probably not. Aftermath. Hapless. Well, I'm not precisely better off. I'm no worse for having been involved in this ridiculous disaster either. I'm back where I was, and given the circumstances, I'm sure we can all agree that is pretty good. So I think in the wash of things, as Issa has gone on kind of a murderous like blood rage after the Klingon church, when I get out of jail, I pivot into like a for-profit rehab center. That I run
For-profit rehab center. Okay.
that I run much like the church and become another pillar of the community.
Oh god.
It's David.
6 to 7, yeah.
Is this
Yeah.
positive? for me?
Well,
Read it.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Wretched. Things have been better, but at least I've been ground down and brought low. But at least I've learned a lesson about human greed and fertility.
fragility.
No.
Frailty.
Frailty. Words suck.
Mm.
This lesson will serve me well in prison, which feels like the logical next step in my career.
So what does that mean for your character?
I think
specifically?
that basically explains itself. Well, I'm a drug dealer. I guess I've learned about human greed. After everyone's trying to steal this sword that I stole when he told me to. This was a very bad thing to steal because it made you go on a murderous rampage and bad things.
Made you pass out.
And I guess maybe I just turned myself in and I'm like, hey guys, I was a drug dealer.
We all got arrested at the end.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah.
May blame everything on you.
Choose other careers.
Okay, here's mine. Terrible. I have a strong feeling I'm dead right now, which feels like the right thing to be. My ugly failure has no doubt dragged people I care about into my contemplative wake, and they are probably dead too. I should be ashamed, but I bet I'm not, because I'm terrible.
That sounds about right.
I OD on a bunch of drugs after I got punched and wake up, and I'm in jail, and then they let me out because they realized that I had been punched and not part of the murderous rampage, really. So they let me out, and I was so distraught by everything that happened. I went and just bought all the drugs I possibly
Except
could.
for from who? I'm in
and-
jail.
Yeah,
apparently.
and I took them all and died on the streets. And
Not in the fancy house that you had just to
no,
yourself.
no, and it was all covered up by the police in Suburbia because they didn't want anybody to know that I had died of a drug overdose.
Rough.
Yeah.
The worst thing.
Our family did not turn out well.
I'm probably not dead because there are worse things than being dead. I'm going to take a moment to think about it and get back to you concerning what exactly the worst thing I can imagine is. Okay. So while I'm in jail, I'm still praying to this God, but it's not the benevolent God that I thought it was. And one day, these cicadas start manifesting, but instead, I see them crawling underneath my skin and coming out my eyes and my ears, and I have to live with bugs crawling and eating me for the rest of my life.
Oh God!
Worse than death.
Wow, that took a really dark turn.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was Tales from Suburbia. The Fiasco playset. It's a wonderful game. As you can see, we've got a powder keg that just automatically ignites itself. As
It
soon
was
as
funny.
things start going.
Yes.
It was pretty
hilarious.
funny.
I
It
hope
really
y'all
had fun.
enjoyed it. It was kind of a train wreck, but we had fun and we certainly laughed. And I really enjoyed the card part of it. It made it very, very easy to set up. And as I was getting ideas from the cards and stuff, I think that that's a really fun way, especially for beginners for role playing. As you have probably seen, I have not done very much role playing. And so this was a really fun way to get into it for me. It certainly isn't necessarily really family friendly though.
Mhm.
And you're not ever allowed to do drugs.
Okay, I won't do drugs. I'll just start selling them. That's fine.
All right. I think that
Better
our.
yet, I'll just start making
Thanks
them.
so
Yeah.
much. You got to turn us off.
Can you
Okay.
put end stream?
Bye.
everyone.
Thanks for joining
Bye.
us.
We're gonna keep waving.
Awkwardly.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.